doesn't look like a motorhome. It looks like something built to survive the end of the world. At first glance, you're not seeing an RV at all. You're staring at a six-wheel, military-inspired machine that feels more at home in a war zone than a campground. The stance is wide, the body is tall, and the way it sits on the road makes normal trucks look small, almost fragile. This thing doesn't arrive quietly. It dominates the space around it. From the front, the design is unapologetically aggressive. The squared-off grille, the sharp LED lighting, the armored-looking bumper. Everything about it sends one message. This vehicle was not built to ask permission. It was built to go wherever it wants, whenever it wants, and deal with whatever gets in the way. And then you notice the wheels. Not 2, not 4, 6. A full 6x6 setup with massive off-road tires that look like they belong on a military transport. Each axle feels deliberate, overbuilt, excessive in the best possible way. This isn't about efficiency, this is about capability, about traction, about carrying weight without ever feeling stressed. You can already tell this thing wasn't designed for paved roads alone. Deep sand, mud, snow, broken trails, places where normal RVs wouldn't even try. This thing would barely notice. The body itself feels industrial. Flat surfaces, clean lines, matte finishes, no unnecessary chrome, no flashy distractions. Just a heavy, purposeful design that feels more like a mobile fortress than a vacation vehicle. And somehow, it still looks premium. There's a slide-out section tucked cleanly into the side, almost hidden until you know to look for it. That detail matters. It means whoever designed this didn't just care about looking tough. They cared about living space, too. Real living space. Climb inside the cabin, and the tone shifts instantly. The driver's seat doesn't feel like an RV cockpit. It feels like you're stepping into a high-end off-road command center. The steering wheel is thick, solid, wrapped in leather. The digital displays are clean and modern. Everything is laid out to make you feel in control of something powerful. This is the kind of cockpit where you sit a little straighter without thinking about it. The visibility is commanding. You're up high, looking over traffic, looking over terrain, feeling like you could point this thing in any direction and it would simply comply. It doesn't feel like you're driving a house. It feels like you're piloting a machine. But the real shock doesn't come from the driver's seat. It comes when you step into the living space, because suddenly the aggressive exterior makes no sense anymore. The floor opens up into a warm, refined interior that feels closer to a luxury apartment than anything with 6 off-road tires. Soft leather seating wraps around a central living area. The textures change. The lighting softens. The mood completely transforms. This is where the magic happens. You're surrounded by clean lines, dark wood finishes, and subtle ambient lighting that makes the space feel calm and intentional. Not cramped, not improvised. Designed, thought through, comfortable. This is the moment every viewer stops thinking, "Wow, that's cool," and starts thinking, "I could live here." The seating area feels like it belongs in a high-end loft. A proper table sits in front of the sofa, not a flimsy fold-out surface, but something solid enough to actually use every day. The space feels grounded, livable, permanent, and when the slide-out is deployed, everything opens up even more. Suddenly, this heavy, armored vehicle turns into a surprisingly spacious home. You forget you're inside something built to crawl over rocks and blast through snow. Then you see the kitchen. This is where the illusion of an RV completely disappears. Stone-style countertops, matte cabinetry, full-size appliances, a real oven, a proper cooktop, storage that looks like it was designed for someone who actually plans to use it. There's no camping compromise here. No tiny sink pretending to be functional. This is a kitchen you could cook real meals in. Every day. For months. And the lighting? That's intentional too. Soft, even. Warm. The kind of lighting that makes the space feel expensive without trying too hard. It's subtle, but it matters. It changes how long people stay in a room, how relaxed they feel. Keep moving deeper inside and you reach the sleeping area. This isn't a bunk squeezed into a corner. It's a proper bedroom. A real bed with space around it. Storage built into the walls. Clean symmetry. A TV mounted where you'd expect it in a hotel suite. This is where the entire idea locks into place. This isn't about traveling. It's about living anywhere. You could park this in the middle of nowhere and sleep better than you do at home. No noise, no compromise, just comfort, wrapped in steel and capability. And then there's the bathroom. Because yes, of course there's a real bathroom. A glass-enclosed shower, modern fixtures, clean tile work, an illuminated mirror. Nothing about it feels temporary or cheap. This is the kind of bathroom that finishes the argument. At this point, you're no longer comparing this to other RVs. You're comparing it to apartments, to homes, to places people pay rent for. And then you remember what's carrying all of this. 6 wheels, heavy-duty suspension, serious power. The kind of drivetrain designed to move weight without complaint. This thing isn't struggling to exist. It's built to dominate terrain while carrying luxury along for the ride. Snow? Fine. Mud? No problem. Rocky trails? That's what it was built for. And that's what makes this so fascinating. Most motorhomes are fragile. You treat them carefully. You plan routes around them. You worry about clearance, traction, conditions. This flips that relationship completely. Here, the world adapts to the vehicle, not the other way around. This isn't for everyone, and that's exactly why it works. This is for the kind of person who doesn't want to choose between comfort and capability. Someone who wants isolation without sacrifice. Someone who wants to disappear from civilization without giving up hot showers, real food, and a good night's sleep. It's excessive. It's impractical. It's completely unnecessary. And that's the point. Because nothing about this is built to blend in. It's built to stand alone, to go further than most people would ever dare, and do it in absolute comfort. So the real question isn't whether this makes sense. The real question is simple. If you had this, where would you take it first?